I have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. All my mates have grown up, and instead of talking about going clubbing and going drinking, they're now talking about earning lots of money and progressing their career and moving out. The figures with my mates is, yeah, they talk the talk, but do they walk the walk? No, because they're disabled. And what I find weird is that the person who's actually grown up the most out of my group of friends is the smallest person out of my group of friends. Now, he stands at a lowly 5 foot, and as he got older, I wasn't expecting him to grow up, but to go looking for Snow White instead. And what I find weird about society is that I think we only go because society demands it. And I think that's wrong. I mean, society demands that we don't touch kids, and yet people still do that. And that is why I suggested to police that we should send slutty dwarfs in the schools who like it a bit rough. Now, I'm 22, and I don't consider myself grown up. I consider myself to be a bit childish. And that's not a bad thing, as it means I can say what I want, wear what I want, and it doesn't look weird when I take sweets from strangers. And it's for the very reason that I am 22 that makes me think that I should grow up. And I'm like, no, I refuse. Because if I grow up, it means that I can no longer pretend to take dumps in changing rooms. It means that I can no longer jump out from behind clothing racks and scare people. And it also means that when someone makes an announcement over a tannoy system, that I can no longer yell, "These voices in my head are driving me insane!" But, you know, my mates are looking forward to being more mature and growing up and moving out. And they've actually asked me to move in with them. And they tried to say it to me. "Oh, come on, it'll be great, because we can have loads of house parties, get horrendously pissed, and best of all, have no bedtimes." And I'm like, yeah, that's all well and good, but the problem with that is if I move in with my mate and his girlfriend, I don't want to be hearing them having sex because I'm trying to watch porn. Just ruin the mood for me. And not only that, when you move out, you have to pay bills, you have to get a mortgage, you have to become responsible, which according to my mates is something that they can do. Bearing in mind, these are the same people that once got so pissed that they hit on their own sister. Ooh. I know, it's wrong, it's disgusting, I mean, they didn't wear any protection or anything. And as I said, you have to pay bills. Who wants to pay bills? Those companies, they're awful, they are. They charge you up to 8 pence per minute. I mean, that's well more expensive than the NHS helplines I use for phone sex. And not only that, you have to listen to the shitty on-hold call music, which, by the way, is normally sung by some X Factor reject who sings Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. And you're normally on hold for so long that the song starts to get stuck in your head. And then the next thing you know, you start to sing it out loud. And that's when I was asked to leave the funeral. And when you get through, you expect to be speaking to some Indian bloke. And I tell you what, me and my mate called British Gas, they didn't disappoint. When we got through, we could barely understand a word he was saying. We thought he was trying to tell us a curry. And my mates have asked me, "What's your problem with moving out?" I said, "Well, think about it, right? I pay rent, and I get food, washing, ironing and cleaning done for me. And besides, Mum's going to need a carer one day. That diabetes is going to get that foot eventually." And now that my mates are more mature, what they find fun has also changed. Right, my mate, he finds work fun. So basically, he gets home from work and he does more work. He says he does this because he finds it challenging. Well, so's eating a shit. I don't see him doing that. And they tell the most dullest stories ever. Yeah, still working. He tells the most dullest stories ever. And it goes something along the lines of like this. And Drew put 1.7 instead of 1.8. And he made it look like we lost £2 million. Kill me. I mean, next they'll be telling me they want kids. I mean, who at our age wants kids? I think, is it still working? You tell me, come on. Yeah, this works. I mean, next they'll be telling me they want kids. I mean, who at our age wants kids? I mean, they're horrible, mean, arrogant, spiteful little shits. And that's just the parents. I mean, the only people who want kids at our age are the people who want to live with benefits and move to Liverpool. And the only reason they want to move to Liverpool is because up there, if you're 22 and have less than 3 kids, you're not considered a slag. And it just makes me think that during school, when we've been talking about protection, that my mates just thought, why would I pay to wear a condom? Why would I pay for a condom to have sex when the government paid for me to have a kid? And besides, if I wanted to use protection, I'd stick it in her ass. And the kids, they're always crying. Wah, wah, wah. I actually yelled at one woman, "Can't you shut him up?" And that's when I was asked to leave the delivery room. I mean, but do I want kids? Yeah, I do. I mean, I need someone to make my trainers. I just don't understand what one makes rushes to grow up. In fact, I think growing up's bad, right? If you think about it, paying taxes, bad. Drinking responsibly, bad. Causing the Holocaust, bad. And not only that, it's also bad for your health. Because if you think about this as well, you have to pay bills. And that causes stress. And that makes you smoke. And that gives you cancer. And that makes your hair fall out. And that means you can no longer get a haircut. If you can no longer get a haircut, what's the point in living? And, you know what else really annoys me? Is that in society, if you're my age and you're acting mature, you're often labelled as having something. So because I'm 22 and I act childish, I'm labelled as having diabetes. I mean, other people are labelled as having ADHD or being schizophrenic, but I prefer to think of them as having a bit of a character. And what's bad about being schizophrenic? Because it means that, you're never alone. Although that can be a bit awkward sometimes, especially when you're having a bath, as you can never too sure whether it's a ghost watching you or your Uncle Tony. Thank you for your time.